Welcome, everyone, to another edition of Marketing the Invisible. I'm Tom Pollan, beaming up to you from the Sunshine Coast in Australia, where it is indeed sunny. Joined today by Krista Martin. Krista, love your stuff. Welcome to the show. Where are you hanging out?
I'm hanging out in Roswell, Georgia, just a little bit north of Atlanta.
And it's a big place, Atlanta, isn't it? I mean, Georgia's a big place. So
Yes,
close to
absolutely.
everything else. Have you lived there long?
Oh, I've been here. It feels like I'm a native in the sense I've been here, I hate to say already 20 years. So pretty much, I guess I think I just designated myself the native badge of honor. I'll go ahead and deem that, I guess. But
yeah, it's sometimes a bit of a shock to figure out how many decades we've been in the place or how many decades we've done something. And you think, yeah, the clock is ticking.
yes.
Speaking of clocks, we better get ours ticking. Folks, Krista is really, really good at generating new clients. She's the founder of Make Your Mark, and it's a six-figure impact academy. Now, Krista is going to tell us about how to generate new clients, how to leverage speaking to fill your coaching programs. That's the title. And she's a seven-figure business coach herself, so she's leading from the front. She teaches her clients how to fill the coaching programs through speaking and scale the business to multiple six figures. And one of the things you say on your website, Krista, is that something like 90% of coaches aren't making six figures. In fact, a lot of them are struggling. And I know from hundreds of speaking gigs that it is the best way to generate clients and fill coaching programs. So let's get into it. Thank you again for being here. I'm about to shut up, but our 7 minutes is going to start now. Question number one, Krista, who's your ideal client?
My ideal client, I feel like I'm in speed zone here, is a coach that's been in business for a couple of years. They're probably bringing in mid five figures, and they haven't gotten off that getting clients hamster wheel. Usually they're a corporate escapee, meaning they had a corporate life prior, always incredibly smart, but they just need help with putting, that roadmap, their marketing roadmap together.
Yeah. I get it, and by and large, the service is not the issue. They're good at what they do. They're smart, as you said. They've probably got a lot of corporate or business experience. So tell us more about the problem you solve. That's question two.
Yes, the problem that I solve is really helping people, or it's when people are unclear about how to convert from their speaking. So they're speaking on the stage, but they're not getting clients, and so that stress and frustration of, hey, I shared my message. Now what? And getting great feedback.
So we've got, and so question three is around the typical symptoms people that are going to experience when they're, in this case, speaking from stage and not getting. The most obvious system is that the call to action is met with silence. What else is going on, do you think, in their businesses? And what I'm after here is someone's listening to this and they're listening to the symptoms that you're about to tell us, and they're going, Jesus, that's me. I need to reach out to Krista. What's happening?
Yes. This would be, the person who does want to share their message in a really big way, and they're getting great feedback when they're in front of the room. But again, it's just like you said, that crickets, nobody's raising their hand saying, hey, Tom, I want to find out more about working together. So they're educating versus activating, which is really one of the core ways that we work with clients, is to get clear on what that difference is, because as coaches, we tend to love to deliver value, but that also can be at the expense of and actually sabotage our activating, getting people motivated to take action. Right. And usually they're incredibly frustrated and tired. And I think about myself when I was at that stage, bringing in $40,000 a year in my business. And I was just exhausted because I thought I was doing all the things, but I wasn't getting the results. And so it really felt like that uneven energy exchange of give, but we weren't, receiving anything as far as clients coming back. And the other symptom could be too, that people are getting sales calls after their speaking engagement, which is great, but very few of those clients, or I would say less than 50% of them, are converting to becoming clients. So it's a lot of sales calls, and we teach that process as part of the speaking process. But it really is just where you feel like you dropped the ball. I got the person, to say yes, and then we got on a call, and then they said, no, or whatever their reason was. So a lot of times
I'm going to have a guess at one more symptom, and that is that they need clients so badly they end up taking on clients that are really kind of like a square peg in a round hole, and then they don't look forward to meeting with those clients because it's such hard work.
Yes.
So because we've both been there and done that, I'm sure.
Oh, definitely. And
Yeah.
you start to lose faith in yourself and that you're, sharing your right message or getting in front of the right people even.
It's so true. You start to and because folks, you're probably very, very good at what you do. And when clients interact and engage with you, they're getting transformational results. So you get really frustrated with, why don't I have more clients? What is wrong with me?
Yeah.
Probably nothing wrong with you, actually. It's probably more just your marketing. So let's go on to question 4. 3.25 minutes left. Give us a couple of the mistakes that these smart, growth-oriented individuals are making in their marketing.
Yes. One is, I touched on this a few minutes ago where it's like over educating. So they're just pummeling their audience and they're meaning well with, content, these 4 steps, that kind of stuff, and really talking to the 4 or 5 things you need versus really bringing in the energy of helping them to see the gap between where they are and where they want to be, and also the cost of staying where they are. A lot of times they aren't in front of their ideal clients and they may not even have an audience either. So they're just kind of speaking wherever they can, which then leads to the exact thing you said, where then they get non-ideal clients, which then sabotages their confidence. And it's this bad, like I'm just picturing a snowball getting down the hill, building momentum in the wrong direction.
Right. And it might be valid to speak any way you possibly can to start with, but eventually to get some practice, but eventually you've got to get focused. That's so true. It's all very well doing, and even the best talk in the world, even once they've worked with you, if they're speaking to the wrong crowd, it's not going to get the right result. Let's move on, if we may. 2 minutes left. One valuable free action, like a top tip we can give folks. It's going to help them a little bit at least.
Yes. Oh, definitely. And one of my secrets to growing quickly was really learning how to leverage other people's audiences, which is a mouthful. And so what I would encourage anyone who's listening to this saying, I really want to share my message, I'm, really wanting to grow, make a list of someone who's gathering your ideal client. It could be an association, it could be a networking group, it could be the yoga studio down the road. And ask yourself then, when you have those lists, how can I offer immense value to them? So it really is a win-win-win, a win for you, a win for them, and a win for the attendees there. And you'll see opportunities starting to show up when you just go through that simple exercise.
I'm just folks, I'm just hearing the voice of experience here, because this is you're just nailing it. It's such a common experience that I'm sure those people who have not been so successful will relate to what you're talking about, but those people who have figured it out will also be going, yep. Let's give people some more value. Question 6, where can people go to find out more about your methodologies and get more help?
I would love to share that. In fact, I like shortening the learning curve for everybody. So if you go to makeyourmark.com, 3/3 steps, and it's the number 3, then you'll see a guide that really outlines not only the process to have a talk that converts, but also really 3 critical phases of a talk that most people aren't even talking about. So
makeyourmark.com/3 steps. We've got 12 seconds left. What's the one question I should have asked you but didn't?
Oh gosh, I would say, what is my favorite charity to donate to?
Oh, and what is it?
There's a homeless animal group here in Atlanta, the Angels Among Us, and donating to them is really a part of my bigger impact as a company. And yes, and so it's a great group.
Krista Martin, thanks so much for your insights. Cheers.
You're very welcome. This was super fun.
Tight, wasn't it?
Thanks for checking out our Marketing the Invisible podcast. If you like what we're doing here, please head over to iTunes to subscribe, rate us, and leave us a review. It's very much appreciated. And if you want to generate 5 fresh leads in just 5 hours, then check out www.5hourchallenge.com.